Okay, guys, here's something I didn't expect to see. It's a Manitou. So with an Outboard by Rotax, the 150, but it's not really an I don't know. Looks like an inboard outboard to me. Because when it's down,
Yeah.
here's how it's in the water. What do you guys think about that?
Let me know if I can answer any questions.
So,
Where's the prop? It's a regular outboard engine, but they've taken
I don't know.
the power head and moved it 90 degrees.
Okay.
That looks like an IO to
From
me.
here down, it's a regular outboard.
So
You can see it right behind you.
All right, guys, here's Michael. He's with Sea-Doo. We're going to go over this Manitou pontoon and, more importantly, this new Rotax 150 outboard, inboard outboard. I don't know what to call it.
Well, so we call this one the Rotax S, and it is a brand new power plant just released. The idea behind this really was to do something that had never been done before by opening up 4 feet of additional swim platform space on the back of a pontoon boat. Your traditional pontoons, of course, is an uninhabitable transom with rigging tubes and sheer aluminum. And what the Rotax S does is opens up an entirely new spot on the boat to recreate and enjoy your time on the water.
Okay. So, Mike, here's the question I got, and a lot of my followers have, is advertising an outboard. You look at it, and that's a lot in the water outboard. It looks like an IO to me.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, I mean, the major difference is it really does have the heart of the outboard in the sense that you have a traditional gear case. The motor's got a regular trim and tilt unit, so it goes up and down. It's sealed up, so it is 5 years or 500 hours before it has to be opened up. It is a direct injected 2-stroke, so it is 13% less emissions than a competing 4-stroke, and it's 20% more fuel efficient than 4-stroke.
That's interesting. A 2-stroke that's better than a 4-stroke.
That's correct.
The EPA people are just having heart attacks right now.
So it's a really neat motor, but like I said, the idea behind this really was to gain a whole new place on the boat that's never been done before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So, pros and cons. We went over the pros, I think. What would be some of the cons maybe? Everything has cons.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not a con that I can throw out there for you. A lot of time and effort went into the design of this motor. It's been many, many years in the making. Really, it was designed to be maintenance-free and as easy for the consumer to use as possible. So it's really hard to give you a con. One thing that takes a little getting used to is someone, instead of looking around to look at a motor, if you're used to an outboard, you're now going to use a rudder gauge on the dash, which is presented in the Garmin. So it's very used. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a con, just something a little different.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So for us saltwater people,
yep.
How is it like a typical outboard? Flushing it?
Just like a regular outboard.
Okay.
Yep. So of course, if you're going to use salt or brackish water, always recommend washing the boat and the motor after to preserve everything. No different than any other boat.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And what about the dealers, maintenance provider? You know, who are people going through? Do they have is it a Sea-Doo dealership that you would network that you would
It would be a Manitou dealer.
Okay.
So just log on to www.manitou.com and find your local dealer.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Michael.
Pleasure talking to you. Thanks for the time.
So there you guys have it. The Rotax 150. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'm not buying this sales pitch, but, you know, hey, we'll see.